great.
Jets, 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 Jets!
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. 78 degrees, Jets football, and we're winning. That's what's going on today. That's why everybody's so psyched. This isn't no happenstance. This is a guarantee, just like Joe Namath said. See that?
There are few things in life you cannot put a price on. Loyalty, tradition, fierce passion. Today is a gigantic family reunion because finally, they're back.
Well, here we are, everybody. Good morning. This is GreenBean, and you are now watching Good Morning Jets. What's happening? Here it is Saturday, man. We did it. We made it through another week, and Saturday mornings are, it's interesting, man. I justify not getting up on Saturday mornings. You gotta admit, you're like, what am I doing? Why am I getting up on a Saturday? And you come in here and you're like, hey, look at everybody. Uncle GreenBean comments from Snowball. Look at that. He's like, look at this. You got Joe S. is here. Look at this. Travis. Everybody's here. Eric's here in the morning. That's right, man. GreenBean's burner got us started today. Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Magic's the most recent recipient of a shirt, a GreenBean shirt from the Thursday Thick of It. Nice. Yeah, man. It's going to be fun. So, guys, the off season is interesting, and I want to point something out to you. There was my thing works over here. It's there's all kinds of talk, right? We talk about speculation season, right? And how many things we buy into, right? Like, so somebody will put something out. Let me take these off. Somebody will put something out, and we all respond. We go, oh my God. Somebody goes, well, I don't know. I'm hearing this. Oh, I'm hearing that this could happen. And you go, oh my God, dude, if that happens, I'm going to lose my mind. And you start writing or like this on Twitter. You start telling everybody and everybody goes, screw you. That would be great if that happens. And then people take that little blurb and then they make stories out of it. Then it's on the Jet Press and Fansided. All these sites where not necessarily, with all due respect, journalists, just people writing, which is fine. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm just some dude out here talking and writing. I don't know. I have a little bit of access. My best access left last year. So I have a little bit, but what do I know? You know what I mean? I'm just talking. I'm like, we're more philosophical on this end and constructive than we are informational. We don't know. I have to go by what other people say. So we balance our feelings and everything on this shit because now it looks like now fan-sided writers and Jets Press writers, and they wrote it. And then some other people go, hey, well, I don't know. It was said on this tweet. And then Ryan makes a video. And then O'Leary makes a video. And I'm out there making a video. Right? And then it's like, holy shit, this is happening. And it's never happening. It's just some guy going, you know what? You know what I think? Or he'll say, an anonymous source told me, or you heard like last year. I like to make fun of this one a lot. An agent says, well, whose agent? The player's agent? No. Well, who? An agent. Agent for who? Is he in the NFL? No. What are we talking about? What agent? An agent. An unnamed agent thinks this. Well, how connected is he? He's not really connected to this. Well, why are we talking about him? Why are we doing that? And then, but the thing is, we all buy into it. We believe it. So the big one for this offseason so far was Lamar Jackson, right? Lamar Jackson. So the New York Jets were going to be number one, first in line. We saw that. We saw first in line. Then we saw the New York Jets would 100% make a push for, like we saw it in all sorts of different ways. The Jets are going to go hard after Lamar Jackson. And it caused the fan base to respond, right? We said, oh no, and we dissected it. What would it mean? And then we stopped liking people because they disagreed with me. I think Lamar's too injury prone. This guy thinks, what are you talking about? Finally, the Jets need to go for the big fish. Why are we always swimming in the small ponds? And we argue. Well, we know that Lamar Jackson and the offensive coordinator over at the Baltimore Ravens for the last number of years, there's been rumors that they don't particularly get along. Now, the wide receivers over there, they haven't been as happy as maybe people would like. And you got little diva guys like Hollywood Brown asking to go. He got traded. And then they draft Rashad Bateman and everything. But over the years, I mean, he has good receivers, but, I don't think anybody's saying Hollywood Brown is Justin Jefferson, but, he's good receiver, man. And the first year when they were both rookies, they looked really good together. But the whole thing is that the offense, Greg Roman, doesn't seem to care about numbers. He doesn't care. Even though, he cares about one number, points. That's it, right? That's it. He's all he cares about. And he gets lots of them. But wide receivers aren't necessarily the focal point, like tight ends, running backs, right? They have a massive running game. There are 3 running backs, that are all could be starters, and the tight ends are all over the place. And then the wide receivers are kind of also rans, Well, Greg Roman, look, it's very similar to the Mike LaFleur thing. He didn't get fired. Mike LaFleur didn't get fired, everybody. He didn't get fired. He was mutually, we mutually parted ways, dude. And the similar thing kind of happened with Greg Roman. He did not get fired, even though he got fucking fired, right? So he said he got let go, and maybe he retired. He's been in the league for a long time, but that all said, Greg Roman leaving is kind of a nod toward them leaning, them making the decision that they're going to put all their horses in Lamar's corner, They're not going to keep the rest of the band together and let Roger Waters go. They're going to let them go, and they're going to keep Roger Waters. You see what I'm saying? So then this comes out. You guys see this? So John Harbaugh says, we're keeping it. Keeping them 200% chance. And look how they said it, that Jets potential target. Well, you know why they said it that way? Because of all the unsubstantiated rumors. So who's this? This is Yahoo Sports, the ever at the forefront of today's news. Yahoo Sports. You know what? I shouldn't say that. I play, but the truth is I like Yahoo Sports. I like the articles they write. I don't find them to be at the cutting edge. You know what I mean? But I like it. I think that out of everybody, I tend to like the articles that I'm like, if I'm going to read an article, it's all right. It's enjoyable. I feel like it's a little bit less, but the guy has to say it like this John Flanagan, right? Is that what it says? I can't read, man. I can't see. Let me see. Yep. John Flanagan. He says, John Harbaugh says there's a 200% chance, and this is it, potential Jets target. Now, why does that have anything to do with us? Right? What do you mean? Why is that a shot at us? You're not getting your guy, Jets. Huh? You're not getting your guy, Jets fans. So, but it's an interesting thing. So the Ravens say Lamar Jackson is off of the market. Cut the crap. Now, there's 2 sides to that. Last year, when A.J. Brown was doing his thing, remember, he was doing his little thing. Oh, nobody loves me. You think you're appreciated, and then you find out you're not, like cryptic stuff like that. Well, Jets fans bombarded this guy on Twitter. We went out and you should come to the Jets. And then we started harassing the coach and the general manager of the Titans. So much so that they put out an official response. We're not trading A.J. Brown. And as we know, A.J. Brown was traded, yo. So there's that side of it. Maybe Harbaugh is just tired of asking questions or answering questions. But I don't think so. I think this is this is a pretty big one, pretty big fish. And he's telling everybody, look, we already offered him $45 million. Clearly we want him. You know what I mean? Like, when it's not going to break down at that point. Like, we're already up to $45 million a year, dude. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. Lamar just might need to settle down. They might need to give him the opportunity to look around, but it doesn't matter. They can still match, right? Doesn't matter. It's like, what if somebody comes out? What if like a lowly team like the Jets, which I don't feel like we're lowly these days. I don't. Even though we had that collapse, I don't feel like we're in that desperation Mike Maccagnan year 4 thing. You know what I mean? Mike Maccagnan, Todd Bowles. Oh, my God. Adam Gase, year 1. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I don't think we're in that position where we would do this. But what if a desperate team comes out and says, we'll give him $65 million a year? That's how this shit happens. That's how these contracts get that high. It's not, like, look at, like, out of nowhere. Somebody decides to give somebody 5-10% more than everybody else. Everybody goes, what? Why are you doing that, dude? Now we all got, every player after that wants to beat it. We did it with CJ Mosley. We ruined the linebacker pay scale. That was us. That was Mike Maccagnan. He did that. Ruined it. Linebackers were at the top end. They were getting 12. It was like 9 to 12 for the good guys. Maccagnan comes in and says, no. We're going to give this guy 17. How's 17 sound? How's 17 mil sound for you? And everybody goes, really? Per? Yeah, not just per, but like legit for every single year. And I'll guarantee 85% of it. How's that sound? Really? Okay. And then as soon as that contract came down the pike, every GM went, oh, fucking Jets. You know? That's what happens. It used to be Al Davis. He didn't care. I'll pay him whatever the hell I want to pay him. That's what he would say. I don't care. Or I care about you. Al Davis was the best. So, you know what? So anyway, Lamar's going to be off the market, guys. And it just shows you, it's a great example of what we're going to deal with. We're at the very, very beginning of this one. Right? You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it all through the offseason. It's going to ramp up right before free agency, and it's going to ramp up for the draft, dude. Okay? We got to remember, keep our cool, keep our heads, because 90% of this stuff never was real in the first place. And that's not just to say, first you have guys just making shit up. Anonymous source guys, right? You got that. They're out there. But in addition to that, the teams are legitimately putting out smoke. It's smoke screen season. Teams are trying to make other teams think things. They're trying to make people think things. Like, did we hear outside of team, people saying the Jets should get Sauce Gardner? Outside of that, because he was good, there was not a single peep that the Jets were interested in Sauce Gardner. Not one. As a matter of fact, most of the Jets beat were off Sauce Gardner. They were talking about Icky, right? They were talking about Ikem Ekwonu. They were talking about Thibodeau. They were talking about stuff like that. They weren't talking about Sauce Gardner. Some fans were, sure. And people liked him. When they said Sauce Gardner, I was like, wow. Wow. Jamal, there's a good one. Jennifer Slattery. Jamal, well, you know what's funny? If you go back and listen, and I called it out then, Jennifer. I said he did not say that. Everybody said that shit. It's a good one, but that's how it's remembered. But he didn't say that. He said the plan is for Jamal to be a Jet for life. That's the plan. Now, he's still lying. I want you to know that. He's still full of shit. I knew, I shouldn't say that. I had a suspicion when they when the trade deadline came around the year prior, and the rumor came out that Joe Douglas took calls on Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams got his feelings hurt and took all the Jet stuff off of his social media, stomped his feet, and didn't talk to Coach Gase or new general manager Joe Douglas for 7 days. Didn't respond to them. Nope. I knew right then. I said, all right, we got to get to know this Joe Douglas guy. But word on the street is he's coming from Ozzie Newsome, who doesn't play like that. There's never been a situation like that with Ozzie Newsome where he's kind of bent over. Never. He's like, get the fuck out of here. What do you need that guy for? You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. So the Jets are the Jets, and Jamal's been here a couple years, and he thinks he runs the roost and all that shit. And we got a new rooster in town. And let's see how Joe Douglas responds. But I had the suspicion then. This guy's gone. There's no way. There's no way you can keep an alpha around that's going to try to, bitch you down, so to speak, for accepting calls. So Douglas said, look, I answered the phone. I didn't make any calls, but I answered it. Hell yeah. And I'm going to continue to answer the phone. My job is to answer the phone. I don't even have to take the trade, but I answer the phone. That's what I do. Where I come from, we answer the phone if somebody calls. That's what we do. And I was pissed about it at the time, but I knew it, and I talked about it with O'Leary and Ryan and Gangrene David and everybody we were hanging with at the time. When we drafted Ashton Davis in the third, we drafted Becton, Mims, Davis. I went, why are we taking a third-round safety when we have Jamal Adams and Marcus May? We got needs all over the place. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Well, we know why he did it, because he knew Jamal is toast here. I'm going to get the call. I didn't like any of the ones I got yet, and if Jamal stays, but when I get that call, it's a wrap. And he said all the right things. I love him. Jamal's a stud. He said that. Remember, Jennifer? Jamal's a stud. Let's be honest here. Jamal's a stud. Yeah. So Honest Abe, right. Good clarification. Greg Roman's contract expired. Baltimore chose not to bring him back. Is that any different? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. Like, right. There's semantics involved. But the guy's running your offense for, what was it, last 4 years? Interestingly enough, since, what the hell's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The guy, funny name. What the Marty Morningwig. There it is. Okay. I'm like, come on, man. Marty Morningwig was their OC, and then they got rid of him, and Greg Roman came up. Well, and look, Joe S brings up an interesting point. Greg Roman is like having Rex as an offensive coordinator. Well, interestingly enough, Joe, if you remember correctly, Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator Rex had in Buffalo. And Rex did the same thing there that he did here. The only thing that was succeeding in Buffalo was their offense. What's his name? The quarterback. Tyrod Taylor. They brought him over. He was looking great. They were looking good. I mean, they had medium range players. They didn't have any real studs. They had a few. He traded for, they had Shady, so they had that. They traded, what's his name? Kuechly? Was it Kuechly? For Slim Shady? But anyway, so Rex did the same thing to Greg Roman that he did to Marty Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer, Sperano, Tannenbaum. He found a scapegoat and he fired him. He fired Greg Roman. Dude, if I remember correctly, they had their first 3-game, 30-point stretch. And then Rex fires the offensive coordinator because he knew, I'm sinking here. I got to find a scapegoat. And it can't be my defense. It can't. If it's my defense, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. Greg Roman's a stud. I'm telling you right now, wide receivers can go screw. If we go get Greg Roman, we are going to succeed. He has succeeded everywhere he's gone. With quarterbacks, pocket guys like Alex Smith, Tyrod Taylor, Kaepernick. Lamar Jackson. He had Flacco before that. Like, he was the offensive coordinator. Like, he changes offenses. He could change an offense. Give him 2 weeks. He will create an entirely new offense for the guys he has. That's what we want. And if a wide receiver is going to go, well, Elijah Moore, good. Sit on the bench, dude. I'll bring in 3 tight ends. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's the way it should be, dude. But at the same time, I think you feed Garrett Wilson, too. You give him his 8 catches a game, dude. You know what I mean? Feed him. But everybody else, the whole drive should be Conklin, Brees, Ruckert. You know what I mean? Michael Carter, Garrett Wilson. Ruckert, Garrett Wilson. Brees, Michael Carter, Elijah Moore, Conklin, Uzoma. Like, that's what it should be, dude. Ball control, beat them up. That's Greg Roman. Maybe he wants to retire. I would lose it if we got Greg Roman as our offensive coordinator, everybody. So, all right. New York Jets fan 4 talking about Derek Carr time. Well, look, now we heard that Derek Carr is another one rumored to the Jets. But for what? What rumor? Is it right, New York Jets super fan? Where's the rumor come from? Now, to be honest, there's a lot. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna say this. I was talking about Derek Carr 6 months ago. I was defending Derek Carr. I was defending Derek Carr 2 years ago. I was always saying, why do people dislike this guy? What is it? And I would watch him, and I'd watch him zipping 340 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm like, what's not to like about this kid? I don't know what it is, but I was saying it during the year. Now, look, I support Zach. Of course, I support whatever quarterback we have. But I think the Derek Carr thing probably came out of us over here. Believe me when I tell you, dude, they're watching our stuff. You know what I mean? They're watching our shit. Maybe not me personally, but they're watching us. Make no mistake, maybe not this show. They're watching us. Kareen says Greg Roman is terrible. Because number one, you're a grumbler and everything's negative to you. But number 2, you don't know what you're talking about. Go back and look. Go back and look, and you'll see. You make statements out of I feel like saying this, so I say it. Dude, believe me, I watch this shit. I'm the guy looking this shit up 10 years ago. Fucking hop on the internet now, man. Start talking shit like you know somebody. Matthias, everyone is badly underestimating Roman. I agree. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. Again, go back and look. I was keeping track of these guys when I wasn't on YouTube. Like I was Dom C. I was just sitting down going, Yeah, wide receivers hated them. Who cares? Wide receivers hate everybody. Wide receivers cry for no reason. You know what I mean? Wide receiver, dude, 9 out of 10 wide receivers are divas. They're the divas of the NFL. Who cares? You know what I mean? We have a guy crying. He was getting the 3rd most snaps a game. Now, granted, we all agreed he should have been throwing the ball, but whose fault is that? In the middle of a win streak, you're going to cry? Only a wide receiver, dude. Only a wide receiver would pull that shit. Now, look, we're talking about now, everybody's saying that, well, he was speaking to, he was speaking for the whole team. He was speaking for the whole team. Maybe, but you'll know why he was speaking, because he's the only asshole that would say it. Okay, you don't say that. Again, like, well, look, where you could say, okay, Mike LaFleur, good. There's reasons for it. Good. He's gone. Great. I hope it fixes everything. You still don't do that. You don't do that. He's been on teams his whole life. You don't do that, dude. I've benched 10-year-olds for less. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? How, like, picking on other kids or saying somebody's fat, or you sit on the bench, dude. No way. No way. We don't. That's your teammate, man. You defend your team at all costs. Now, if we go back in the line and we got shit to say to it, then we'll say it to each other. But you don't do that shit. You don't air your dirty laundry. We don't do that. That's team, man. That's team is a derivative, is like an extension of family, community. You don't do that. There's like a breakdown, and wide receivers are at the center of it almost every time, dude. Look at all Elijah Moore's best friends. The year before, they all did the same thing. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Kareem. Since you talked to 10 different Ravens fans who called him a terrorist, sorry. I'd like to see your 10 Ravens fans. My wife's side is, dude, I was married in Baltimore, bro. I got tons. My whole side of my family's fucking Baltimore. I hear it all. Your 10 Ravens fans that you've plucked out of thin air that you talk to. Get out of here with this shit. I'm sorry. Since you've talked to 10 Ravens fans, I talked to 5 Raven fans today already. Okay? Give me a break, dude. I love you. I love guys like that. They just talk and they keep digging. But so, look at Elijah Moore's buddies, right? You got A.J. Brown, who that's his best friend, did the whole thing. Wah. He literally went online and said, sometimes you think you're appreciated and you find out you're not. Like, what's with the melodrama, dude? Say what you're going to say. Speak on it. Speak it. What are we doing? And then he got upset when 10,000 Jets fans tweeted him in 13 minutes. He couldn't handle it. He had to shut his fucking tweeter down. He had to shut it down because we're not playing games over here. But look, he stomped his feet. He got his money. DK Metcalf, although he did it a lot quieter, let everybody know I'm not playing on this contract, man. He did it better, quieter, but he did the same thing. And then you got Deebo Samuel. That's Elijah Moore's crew. And they're all represented by the same agent, man. What, Deebo Samuel? Well, I mean, dude, they offered it. He was like, I don't know, man. These guys, it's like they want their contracts 3 years early. They're not getting enough playing time. Wah. They're going to cry all day anyway. If the team's winning, the team's winning. You know what I mean? You're going to blame Greg Roman for Brett Huntley jumping over the pile and not holding the ball when it got plugged. That was a touchdown, dude. Drove all the way down the field. Brett Huntley got the ball knocked out of his hand. He was reaching for the damn touchdown. It got plucked out, 99-yard interception return for a touchdown. That's how they won. Greg Roman sucks. You know what I mean? You see how these people are? Everybody's nuts. D, what's up, man? Good morning. Rex Ryan fired Greg Roman in Buffalo, too. Might as well hire Schottenheimer. Sarcastic. What about? Well, then you just missed what I said. Go back and look at the stats of Buffalo game by game prior to the firing. Go ahead and come back and report to me. Joe Brady is a phantom. Like, this is the thing. All right, okay. Let's just take a second and put this down, okay? Because we have these feelings. These voices in our head. Joe Brady. I'm going to tell you Joe Brady's entire history. Okay. I'm going to pull it up here just so you guys can see it. Joe Brady coach. Let's see here. Just going to do the simplest thing. Go right to Wiki and see this. They at least going to put his lineage down, right? So, okay. Let's see his amazing history. Just him? Yeah. Okay. So, make sure I got this. Okay. So, in 2013, he was the linebackers coach for William and Mary. Interesting. That's my son's football coach. He was the wide receivers coach at William and Mary. Interesting. Then he went to Penn State as a graduate assistant for 2 years. Then he was with the Saints. He was an offensive assistant. People say he did great things in the Saints. I don't know what this is. All right. He's an offensive assistant for the Saints for 2 years under Peyton. So that can only be a positive, right? He's under Sean Payton. So you got to chalk that down as a positive. But here's his claim to fame. He had 1 year LSU as the passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach. But for some reason, even though he wasn't the offensive coordinator or quarterback coach, Joe Burrow's research, just amazing record-breaking season is attached to Joe Brady for some reason. Now, Joe Brady, Burrow has said, yes, he was a help. He helped me. He was good coach. So that's good. I'm not saying it's a negative, but that's it. So then he goes, Matt Rule. So he has that 1 year as the wide receivers coach in LSU. Okay. Then he goes to Carolina, has a piss poor offense. You can blame who you want. You can blame Teddy Bridgewater. You can blame Matt Rule. But he gets fired a year and a half into this. It looks like 2 years, but it's not. And now he's a quarterback coach for 1 year at Buffalo. So please tell me what in there, D, gets us excited about him running our offense when you have us that to please, when you have the New York media that is going to attack every single thing that he says, does, he's going to be under a microscope. He's never done anything to success. Where Greg Roman has run deep into the playoffs with the Niners, was the only successful thing for Rex Ryan in Buffalo. Rex Ryan's defenses were dog shit, like they were here the last 4 years of his tenure here, or 3 years at least. The 2011 was still pretty good. And then he's been with the Ravens, and they're breaking records, dude. Remember when Lamar Jackson came out like mid-season last year and said there were defensive players calling out our plays. And everybody said, Greg Roman sucks. You know what they did the next 5 games? The next 5 games, I think it was 35 points a game for the next 5 straight games into the playoffs. That's Greg Roman's response. Oh, yeah? Okay. Watch this. Here. You better recognize something here. I know what I'm doing. You can say what you want to say. So what? You stumbled on a couple plays. Yip-de-doo. You know what I mean? Please, man. Let your wide receivers squawk. Let them all cry. Again, you feed Garrett Wilson. He's truly great. Elijah Moore, you can have your 50 catches a year. Denzel Mims, you can have your 40 catches a year. You fucking pound it with the tight ends, the running backs, and Garrett Wilson. That's your offense. And you win. You win, man. Put it in your big ugly's hands. Let them run everybody over. Let the defense on the goal line, let them do that, because they've been pounded for 45 minutes by this brutal tight end, running back laden offense full of animals. That's what you want. Damn straight, Rich. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Now, the truth is, I don't know what I'm doing. When I'm calling plays, believe me, I watch like Joe Blewett or even Dom, and I watch, Luke from Play Like a Jet. I don't have their analyzation skills. I don't have that. It's not what I mean, I do to a certain extent, but I don't have that. I don't know what the hand positions are. I don't know all that shit. I don't. And the truth is, I'm going to learn that. So why can't I learn that stuff? And when I go into that detail, I glaze over. I glaze. It's not my interest. I try. I know some, but I'm not. When it comes down to it, I can coach 10-year-olds. Good. I'm a good coach for 9 and 10-year-old, man. I'm good. But fucking beyond that, once they get into teenage years and they know something, they're like, what are you talking about, coach? I'm like, no, trust me. If you run there and he's going to, once they start knowing a little bit, man, I'm like, I'm exposed, man. I'm limited as a coach. GM, let me tell you something. If I was the general manager of the Jets, and I say this with complete sincerity and the utmost confidence, if I was the general manager for the Jets from, let's say, 2000 on, maybe 2000, let's say 2005 or 6, when I really got into it, we would have perennial playoffs, and we would have had at least 2-3 Super Bowl rings without question, dude. Believe me, I know who I wanted. I know who I would have drafted. I know the teams I would have built. I know the coaches I want. I would have had one coach the whole time, maybe 2. I wouldn't have this fucking carousel of coaches, man. No way. And I would literally stand out there in front of the fans. I would do press conferences after every game. Hang out after the game, all 80,000 of you. We're going to talk Jets. That's what I would do. And I want to hear all your bullshit. And I'm going to stay here for 2 hours and I'm going to knock your arguments down with a fucking Louisville slugger. That's what we're going to do today. I would do it every week. He is awesome. I love Luke, man. He gets a lot of shit online. I see people, I go to his page. People are ripping him, man. It's crazy. You suck, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, man, Luke's eating a lot of shit sandwiches out there. But Luke is good, dude. Luke is good stuff. I've had him on the show like 3 times, I think. Right? Yeah, John likes him too. Yeah, this is such a great point, Matt. Matthias Simon, who I've been hanging out with since the 90s, dude. I met Matt in 1998. Right? Nobody knows, Matt. They think this is like, a lot of people stumbled on this internet Jets thing like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You think they know? We've been online talking Jets obsessively, arguing, deconstruct since the 90s. When there was no internet and we still figured it out. We were like, GreenBean. That's my name. Football never changes, no matter how many try to change it. Blocking, tackling, running the ball, sprinkling the pass. If you can run the ball effectively, game over. It's the truth. And that's what I believe. How many times have you heard me say it, man? Now, I want to say I'm all about an exciting offense. If you got a quarterback and wide receiver, everybody, and we could just greatest show on turf this shit, do it. That's great. I would love it. It's super fun. But here's what you need to win in the NFL and any football, period. And I did it with my kids, and I will do it in the NFL, and it works every time. 4 yards a play. That's it. It's all you need. Stop overcomplicating it. When it's 3rd and 1, give it to your biggest bruisingest dude. Tell your big fat guys up front, hey, this is 3 feet. You don't get it, nobody eats. You know what I mean? That's the way you got to talk. That's the way you got to tell them. They're cavemen. Let's not, except for Dr. Blocker, of course. You got to talk medical terms with him. What we're going to do is we're going to surgically detach. You got to have that guy. But overall, you grab everybody by their face mask. They respond to this stuff. Did you see the Colorado coach? Did you see it? Let's find this. You tell them all we need. Let's see. Here it is. This is this coach's. I think this is for. Isn't Dion the new coach? Primetime. Wait. Let me find this for you guys. All right. Everybody's. All right. Hold on. I got to find the guy. I got to find this for you guys. This is so good. But this is, you can see all these coaches come in and they're like, hey, man, we're going to do this. And the guys are like, good, cool. This is great. And they're all happy and they're listening and they're being good boys. And then this animal comes in the room. You guys didn't see that. I wish I just found the clip. Look at this guy. So I'm going to share the screen. All right, hold on. So you're going to see this. And this is what I'm talking about, dude. Okay, all you pansy asses that have come out of the woodwork to tell me how to do things over the years. I'm going to show you something. Matt nailed it. Okay, Matthias Simon is telling you the truth. Football is football. If you can gain more yards than they can stop you, you win. It never changed. Yeah, this and the schemes and yep, totally, of course. And you got to think, and there's a beautiful architecture to it. And it's the most brilliant game in the world, dude. It's beautiful when it's done right? Beautiful. But at the end of the day, if your guys can get 4 yards a play consistently and they can't stop it, you win. Every time, dude. Every time. 100%. So watch this. So you'll see this. This is a coach. Now, there's all these coaches. They're coming in. I hope this is the right thing. It looks like it. So look, this guy's like, hey, I'm going to give you the 3 X's or whatever. You know what I mean? You got the 3 P's, this kind of shit.
Number 1, have a great attitude.
Great attitude.
Encompassing the whole team, whether it's PNC field goal or kickoff. Number 2, have great body language.
Great body language. Yep.
Control. And number 3, great effort. You do those 3 things, in addition to coach's practice, we're going to have a great relationship.
Yep, there it is. You do those 3 things, we're going to have a great relationship. Look how inspired the team looks.
Coach Lewis, do me a favor. Give me 2 claps of Ric Flair.
Look at this guy.
Light this thing up a little bit.
He's a little bit better.
Coming here from Kent State with Jarvis, the head coach for the past 5 years. Humble to be here. Humble to serve y'all.
Okay, great.
Coach Boyle, offensive line coach. It's
Yeah.
an honor to be here.
Tomorrow you get a chance to show what you can do and what you will do. We will win.
Right. So you see, there's a couple of coaches, they come in, they talk, everybody's glazed over.
I can. Tomorrow you get a chance to show what you can do.
So you do that guy a little bit better, but not too much. He's a little bit. He's not 100% in.
How you guys doing? My name is Brett Bartoloni. I'm the wide receivers coach.
Coach Brett.
California. I'm here at the University of Colorado because I want to be part of the best staff in the country and I want to coach the best players in the country.
Yep, that's it.
Day.
You're the best players in the country. All that shit, right? Robert Saleh. Here he is.
When I say stand tall,
Watch this.
I want you bouncing out of your seat and stand tall.
This is what football players respond to. Never get it twisted. You can tell them all the intellectual bullshit. You're the best players, motivational. It works a little bit. This right here is football. Don't get it twisted.
I say stand tall. Get your ass up.
Everybody dropping their
Stand
books.
tall. Sit your ass back down. Stand tall. We coming.
We come.
Raise the goddamn roof. Raise the roof. We coming.
We come.
We coming.
We come.
If them Colorado buses show up, and 60 minutes of hell coming with it.
That's right.
60 minutes of hell coming with it.
This is me. This is what I yelled at 9-year-olds.
Time is now, man. The time is now. Sit down.
Sit your ass down. You see it? Okay? There was fucking 10 coaches that went before him and they said, we're going to do the 3 L's, love, live, and laughter, whatever it is that they say. And it's good. Don't get me wrong. It has its place. But football is that guy. Okay? That's football players since they're 5 years old. There's some dad with a helmet. He's doing this. Okay? He's saying, kid, put this on and run your head into a brick wall. Poof, do it. Right? This is what my father did. I wore this helmet right here at 4 or 5 years old. And my cousin Joe had a Giants version of the same thing. And my uncles and my dad made us run into each other. Why? Because that's football. Now, it's kind of abuse, too. Maybe that, 4 years old, maybe a little bit much. But there's every great football player. There's a dad. There's a coach. You ever watch those Friday night football shows, whatever it is, with the young, the Pop Warner in Texas? You see that shit. Those parents know. I want my kid to be a part of something great. They don't go in and nitpick the coach. Hey, I didn't really like how you called my son out. Yeah, then get your son off my team. You know what I mean? If that's the way it's going to be, get your son off my team. And those teams are champions. And then they go to great high schools. And then the high school, like in Miami where I lived for 15 years, dude, those high schools they were like just pumping out NFL quality play. These kids are going to Ohio State and Alabama. Why? Because they're pounding it in them. If you're too soft for this, get out of here. Sit your ass down. That's the way football is. Like, look, in Micro Fox, it's such an interesting thing, right? Who knows, right? Imagine if their coach just grabbed Zach and said, get your fucking head out of your ass. What is wrong with you? Would he go, oh my God, But it's like Steve Young said, the tough love approach isn't going to work with a young boy like Zach. He's got to be supported and coddled and soft and rubbed. He needs baths. You know what I mean? Like, well, if that's what he needs, then he's going to fail, bro. Because we're a football team, dude. And you need guys, just like they said, man. Like, by and large, Joe Douglas has brought in guys, by and large, not everybody, that, what did he say? Love the game of football, hate losing more than they want to win. And our team guys will work. They'll play football in a parking lot. That's it. If we got to suit up and play in the parking lot, 9 out of 10 of our guys are good. Yep, I'm good with that. Let's go. That's the team that we've built. Now, we have some candy asses. You're always going to have. You got wide receivers. You know, Garrett Wilson is not one. Let me tell you that right now. Garrett Wilson, remember in Cleveland, he had that catch. Garrett Wilson, he went up. He had that catch, and the defender like hit him and fucking threw him out of bounds, and he like landed on the concrete out of bounds. He was like 4 yards out of bounds, landed on his back, boom, and he went, oh, and I was like, that's it. It's over, dude. I've seen it happen so many times with Jet wide receivers. Dude, that was such a brutal hit. Like he hit it, he was completely extended. He just threw him out of bounds and he landed like a pancake, boom, on the ground. He went, ah. I said, that's it. He was back on the field in 2. He said, get off me. The coaches were all treated. Said, literally, he shoved him away. Get out. And he went back on the field. And you know what he did? 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's whatever the hell it was. 120 yards. He said, watch this. And he went to the crowd, remember? Fuck you. Remember that shit, man? That's why I'm telling you, I fell in love with Garrett Wilson that day. And I remember week 1, they had Lawrence Cager as the main focal point of the offense. They threw the ball to him 7 times or whatever it was. Garrett Wilson had 1 pass in the first, I don't know, half of the game. They threw the ball to him once. And he made 4 dudes miss. It was like 3rd and 18. And he got 17 and a half yards. All by himself. I was like, wow. What is that? Who's that? Wait, what? We have a player like that? Who the fuck is it? Throw that guy the ball. The next week in Cleveland, he was the focal point of the offense. And he, coming from Ohio, dude, most of those people in the stands, they were huge Garrett Wilson fans just months earlier. He let them know that day, screw you. You're not on my team anymore. I'm on this team, and I came to make you bleed. That's Garrett Wilson. He literally screamed into the fence, fuck you. Woo! Remember that? So that's what it is. And if the wide receivers don't like Greg Roman, and fans, you got to look, let's be fair. Fans are watching football. They want to see exciting. They want to see the aerial assault, right? You want to see Lamar Jackson throw it 50 yards down the field to Hollywood Brown or whoever it might be. Fans want that stuff. So when they're running the ball, they're getting 5 yards a clip, boom, boom, and then they throw it to a tight end for 8 yards. There are a lot of fans that think this is boring. This sucks. We won the game, 18-16. That sucks. I don't care about that. We can win the game 1-0. And I'm happy. And we can't win it 1-0 because there's no way to do that, of course. We are seeing same old Jets. It's insanity. Can't believe you are accepting this from the beat. Cycle continues. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, M. Morris. I do have problems with the beat. You guys know I've been saying it for years. Years. Now, one thing I have to say, the only guy who came on and addressed it with me was Connor Hughes. And that was I had a great time. I asked him beforehand, I said, dude, you cool with me being me? And he said, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do this thing. Let's do it. I said, okay, let's do it. And I asked them all kinds of questions about why the beat is this. They're trying to be tough guys, whatever. What the fuck? What are they? I did the whole thing while being respectful. I'm not going to be, a jerk off, but I asked them what I wanted to ask them. Other than that, most of the beat, they're still slithering around in the crevices, and I think he's done a good job by and large. He's changed. Honestly, I've seen it. But the beat is the beat. Like Cimini is the leader of the beat. He's been here for 35 years. He's out front. He's the guy, right? And they follow suit. They all think he's great. And he is a complete shitbag. He has no interest in telling you what's going on with the Jets. He only wants to find the negative story. If he can't find one, he will make one. He will ask the questions in such a way that he can get one blurb and then make that his story. That's what he does. He's been doing it forever. The fact that we still read his shit, I just can't believe so many Jets fans do. Like, remember the pretzel guy, Kevin? Remember him? He's justifying doing the whole. He's a huge Cimini fan. Just so you know, keep things in order. Know who you're talking to. You know what I mean? Just me keeping it. And why would anybody be a Cimini fan? Because they like the negative. That's what it is. They only want to talk about the negative shit. I'm not like that. We talk about negatives, of course. It happens. You got to talk about it. And I'm certainly not a homer, like where if a guy I like sucks, it's like Denzel Mims. I've been supporting Denzel Mims, right? I hated what they did to him here. I hated what LaFleur did to him. I see no reason for that. Making one player learn three positions. Nobody else is learning three positions. You don't make the offensive lineman learn the three. But you don't, why? I never heard of that before in my life. Never. I get it. Like, making sure, that they all can be interchangeable to it, but he doesn't get to play until why him? So I didn't like that. At the same time, when Denzel Mims goes in and he runs a crossing route and the ball hits him in the hands and he drops it, you think I'm making excuses for Denzel Mims? It was bullshit. He dropped the ball. I'm not going to cover. I'm not going to pretend. Now, there was a couple where it was, diving down the field and it hits his fingertips. I'd like to see him catch that, but he didn't. So that's a different story. It happens with wide receivers. Happens to all of them. But I'm not such a fan of any one player. I'm a Jets fan, guys. That's what I'm here to do. Sit your ass down. Look at these guys. When I say this, you do this. Do you understand me?
Stand tall. When I say stand tall, get your ass up. Stand tall. Sit your ass back down.
Every one of them.
Stand tall. We come. We come.
Look at the smiles on their faces on the left. Look at those guys. They're smiling. Yeah.
We coming. We come.
I'm going to kill somebody today. They want to practice right now.
Colorado buses show up, and 60 minutes of hell coming with it. 60 minutes of hell coming with it. The time is now, man. The time is now.
Or this.
Our football operations.
Ray Forsett, Chief of Staff.
Well, that's fine.
His standard. And we will win now. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah, great.
Tell you a little bit about myself.
Yeah, tell me about yourself, Coach.
Coaching. I just finished up 4 years at the University of Alabama. Prior to that, I was at the University of Tennessee.
They're sleeping. Let me tell you something. That's great. We're glad you're from Alabama. It's great. You coached under Saban, all good shit. I'm bored. Okay? These are football players. That's what's up. Okay? That's what's up. Yeah, right. That's why Morris, my whole gig out here, and I know you go at me sometime, my whole gig is trying to find the underlier. It's trying to find what's real. That's my whole gig. That's the whole reason I did this. I said, I can't handle it. I would be on Jetnation making threads, right? That's what we do on Jetnation. We make threads. We go, hey, and you bring up an idea or a subject, or you post a clip or something, whatever you do. And I would try to get my point across. And sometimes people disagree, and sometimes people agree, and sometimes it's both. But that's what we do. We start conversations on the forums. That's what me and Matt did on his forum on the Greenhouse for years. We'd make a thread and we talk about it. And we would discuss trying to find each other with each other what's real. And you got the fans that are just fluffers, homers, and no matter what the Jets do, it's the right thing. And then you got fans that no matter what the Jets do, it's the wrong thing. And no matter what it's going to be negative, negative, negative. And the thing is, the sad part about that is that over the years, if you've just decided to take the negative side of things, you said, you know what, I'm just going to be the negative fan. And I'm going to say everything sucks. The sad part is that over the past 15 years, for the most part, you've been right. And that sucks. So if you're a betting man and you look at the history of the Jets and you're like, okay, I'm a betting man. What are the odds that the Jets move today, that whatever it is they did, they could get Lamar Jackson, that the move they did today is going to work and be the great move that people hope it is? Or is it more likely, are the odds stacked on the side of no matter who they get, it's going to implode? Lamar Jackson, the injury history thing, that's going to be his story in the Jets. The smart money is on the bad side. Sad, dude. It's the truth. It's the truth. I had a conversation last night. The guy who, my mortgage lender, right? I had, when I first moved back, when I ended the road trip, we came back, we were buying this house, and I have a friend who does mortgage. So I called him. I'm going to get the straight shit with him, right? And so we're talking, and he's making small talk. You know, we're doing the numbers and everything. He goes, hey, man, so it looks like the Jets whiffed on. He's a Ravens fan, huge Ravens fan from Baltimore. And I just talked to him last night. Kareem, sorry. All right. So I'm telling you, the 10 I actually have Ravens fans in my life. All of them surrounded by them. They eat my hats. See that fucking hat? Where is it? Right there. That hat. That was eaten by a dog from Baltimore. All right. Anyway, so I was taught, he said to me at the beginning of the season, looks like the Jets whiffed on another quarterback. Zach Wilson don't look good, boy. And I said, hey, man, relax. He looked good at the end of the year. He settled down. Let's give him more than a season before you got to start throwing your stones. He said, I don't know, man. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look like he's going to be any good. I said, well, you're wrong. It's literally what I said. You're wrong. You'll see this year. Now, I've talked to him a few times, but I haven't seen him physically since then. I saw him last night, and I was waiting for it, dude. We talked. Hey, man, how's the wife and the kids? Blah, 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 blah. We did the whole thing. And he said, hey, remember at the beginning? I said, yes, I remember, dude. He didn't have to finish it. I said, I know. He goes, it's looking bad, huh? I said, yeah. He said, no. Stop looking at things with your green glasses. I said, it's not green glasses, bro. I'm going to give somebody more than 5 minutes, right? But that's the thing. From his vantage point, the smart money's on Zach Wilson's shit. Everybody's shit here. You know what I mean? So that's the sad part about being a grumbler, is that the grumblers and the negative guys have been right. Where guys like myself, I'm perpetually trying to find the positive as best I can. It's hard around here. But I've been wrong a lot because of that. But I'm not wrong. But in certain eyes, I am. Look, you were wrong about this guy. I'm not wrong to give somebody a chance. Just because he ended up sucking and you said he sucked from day one doesn't mean you're some sage. You just put the smart money on the smart bet. And I'm out here taking risks with the other Jets fans that are trying to desperately find something to root for. You know? Look, I see Jets Chaos in the house. What's he doing? Somebody said congratulations to Jets Chaos. Hey, good morning, Buffalo Jets fans here. Look at these guys. Good morning. I've been on a tirade. I haven't even looked at the chat in a while. I've been on a tirade, guys. I've been yelling at people. Not at people. I've been telling people the truth. Put anyone in this environment and it dies. I know. That's why we got to be more caretakers than assholes. You know what I mean? We can change it, dude. We can. We do have an impact. We have an impact. So what happened with Jetsfan? What do you do? Did you do something good, Jeremy? Did you get a breakfast sandwich or something? What happened? Oh, he's doing good. Summer shape. Is Jeremy losing weight? That's good. That's right. I meant to ask you the other day. How's it going? Remember, Jeremy, he did the New Year's resolution. So we're all with you, buddy. Jets forever. It's so funny. He says, we won't win until this fan base becomes positive. I agree with that. Support Zach, be better, Jets faithful. We're one of one. Well, what about all the guys that you think you have every stream? Cut this guy, cut that guy. This guy sucks. This guy's shit. Suck. You know, what about that? We can't be positive. You know what I mean? So if they see it the other way, you got to give people their rope. Jets forever. Yeah, what's this? Hank saying congrats. What is this? I'm trying to back it up. What happened? Oh, he can't. Good stuff. Congrats. Me, on the other hand, for whatever reason, I'm eating. I had at 11 o'clock last night, I just decided to make 2 huge, massive peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and a half a bag of Doritos. Oh, what's going on? Older than Dirt Walt says negativity just breeds more negativity. It's the truth, man. And the thing is, it's attractive. Like, it's the path of least resistance. It's the easiest thing in the world is to be negative and go this and throw your hands up. It's easy. Make sure you understand that. Whenever I see people that are like, blah, 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 I'm like, that's the easy road. I already know. But don't forget, I have a therapeutic background, guys. My job was to deconstruct and find the reality in dishonest, manipulative situations. That's my job. And I was exceptional at it. So when I see people and they are a certain way, within a minute or two, I already got them pegged of what's going on. You know what I mean? Not every time, but most. And me, I'm working real hard. I'm a negative motherfucker, man. Believe me. So pardon my French. Believe me. My wife will be the first one to tell you, like, whew, you don't see it. You guys see after I go, you guys get that guy. And I'm still an asshole. You know what I mean? So believe me, when I wake up in the morning, it's as if the world just got blown up. It's like it's the third world war. That's how I wake up every day. Okay. All right. There it is then. I love it. I'm being positive when I say that. Done. I love it. That's good. That's good. All right. I get it. See, it's making sense. I am being positive. I want better players. But you have to understand that somebody's not a weirdo when they look at what Zach's put on the field and they think they want a better player at that position. You're in the Zach corner. That's God. It's fine. I respect that. But we can't be, venomous towards somebody who has a different take, even though they're wrong, right? Like, that's what believe me, I'm right so much, it's crazy. Sneakers to boots. That's right, man. That's right. Gripe intelligently. There it is. I saw it. Who was that? It just scrolled by me. Where did it go? T-Nell F-Sack. And Jets, you guys are the best. All right, I gotta wrap this up. I have a lot of shit to do today, man. Just so you know, now that the season's over, to all my beanbaggers, we can get back to a full day early on the Green Beans Jets pod. We got episode 101 this week. So what player will it be? I think you might have an idea. What player will we dissect and do our player profile on this week on player 101? So we'll get to do that. But one of the beanbag benefits for 2 and 3 is that you get the podcast early. But during the season, literally, I got to wait till the end of the game, then dissect it, then record it, then edit it. I'm getting it out at 1 a.m. So you get it 8 hours early. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. But now that we get back to this, I'm going to give you all my beanbaggers, the 2s and 3s, that is, they get the podcast a full day early before everybody else. So I record it today. That's when I record it. And we'll dissect. I'm going to do my what we need to do this offseason. You'll see. Every year my shit is slam dunk, buddy. I'm telling you. If the Jets just followed my lead, I'm telling you, man, we'd be champions. All right, guys. Well, listen, with that all said, you guys are the best. Joe S., you're welcome, man. Don't forget, guys, if you're, if you're in here, if you could hit that like button, I appreciate it. It really helps. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we did make it past 10,000. Thank you. We are now at like 10,030, I think it is. So we're flying now. I mean, it took me we slowed down for like 3 weeks. It was crazy. We like hit a brick wall at like 9,900. Right? Yeah, 9,900. It's like it took me 3 weeks to get that last 100. But no matter, I'm grateful. I am. And it's fun. It's a great thing, man. And I really do appreciate it. But we're going to continue to try to grow over here. All sorts of fun stuff coming. We're even going to get this guy involved. Where is he? See him? Right, the other way. That guy. See him? See that guy? He's been sitting back there ominously. He's got shit to say, that guy. So he's going to get involved too this year. You'll see. This offseason is when he comes alive. So, guys, hit that like button. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to join the fun with the Beanbaggers this week, what game did I say we're watching? Oh, this week, this is our week of the month where we do our classic rewatch in a private Zoom room. We watch the game together. This week is 1983 Jets-Rams, the big game where the Rams said beforehand, if Mark Gastineau does his sack dance, there's going to be problems. And there was a bench clearing brawl when Mark Gastineau got a sack like he's going to do. He sacked the quarterback. He did his thing, and they attacked him, and the Jets bench cleared. The sack exchange went nuts. Klecko was tossing dudes in the air, Marty Lyons. It was a bench clearing brawl. And after that game, the NFL literally banned his sack dance. Think about that. Think about that. The NFL banned one player doing this. They banned it. That's how much they hate us. You see what I'm saying, guys? Believe me, there's a history here, everybody. And when you think the narrative against the Jets is bullshit, dude. Bullshit. And the NFL wanted so badly for that guy not to have the single season sack record. They wanted it so badly that they let Brett Favre lie on the ground and give somebody a free sack to get over it. And then they just pushed Mark Gastineau out. They never mentioned him. Never. Only Michael Strahan. They put Michael Strahan out front, and Mark Gastineau's an apparition. But this was the game. And we're going to watch it together. And it's an exciting game. Lots of touchdowns. It was a great game. So we're going to get together and watch that this week with my Beanbaggers and myself. That'll be this Wednesday night. If you'd like to join, the link is in the description, everybody. And look, a couple fun things. Don't forget, you can save on gas, guys. Again, they don't sponsor me, but it's in the description. If you want to save money on gas, I used it yesterday. I saved, was it 9 cents a gallon at a BP, a Shell, right? So I saved 9 cents a gallon. I collect the money, I bring it in, and I buy myself a new microphone, or I buy whatever it is. You know what I mean? But you can do it too. If you use my little link there, my little promo code, we each get 15 cents off additionally to what the gas station is offering the first time you use it. That's in there too. And it works. It's real. All right. It's real. And then we got this Liquid IV. Don't forget, you want to use this. This shit's great, man. Everybody loves it. I found out it's the best. You can save 20% using my promo code GreenBean Jetsfan in the description. Guys, with that all said, have a great rest of the day. Now that I'm all Gastineau'd up, let's play a little Gastineau clip for you. Let me see. Let me make sure I got it. Yep, there it is. Jets Pod 54 is when I did this one. This is a clip from Jets Pod 54 talking about the bullshit with Mark Gastineau. If you want to watch the game with us, join the Beanbaggers. That all said, guys, have a great day. I will see you next time. And don't forget, we got to get Joe Klecko in the Hall of Fame this year. This is his best chance to get in, and we are going to help him. Mark Gastineau, as we know, got 22 sacks in 1984. 22 sacks. No one has eclipsed that. No one has touched it. And then Michael Strahan comes along, and they were in the final game of the season, and it looked like he just wasn't going to do it. And what happens? Brett Favre, with very little time left in the game, rolls out to the right and just lays down. The tight end barely went to block him. It was as if they talked about in the huddle. Let's just give Strahan the record. He's earned it. It sure as heck looked like they planned it. He rolled out, laid in front of him, and Strahan went nuts. And the NFL acted as if things were all hunky-dory, like nothing was awry. No one cares. Just give away records, especially from a team and a man that don't have much. It's all we got, and you had to take it from us, man.